Right, fellas, welcome back. Day 8. Obviously, yesterday on day 7, we started looking at your actual ideal client and getting that picture a bit more clearer in your head of who you actually want to be working for and who you're going to be going after. Today, in day 8, is all about your sales funnel. Now, this is a typical thing in a business of looking at things in the sense of a sales funnel. Now, how do we get your perfect client, basically? And we want to fill your funnel up with the right types of people, so it then spits out at the very bottom money, the 10k net profit they're actually looking for. We've got to build a funnel. The bigger the funnel, the more that can fall through it, the more money that you can earn as a business. So we want to build this funnel to be absolutely solid and fill it with the right stuff so that you get the right leads and, like I say, the right money, so that it equates to the 10k net profit a month that we want. But you can just keep building it from there and keep building the business. Same principles apply. So for you guys to get your head around this, there are 4 ways for you to get leads that turn into clients that you control. Okay, this is what you can do as a business owner. There's only 4 ways. There's nothing else outside of these ways. Number 1 is cold outreach. Very, very tough to do. And I'll be honest, I put it in red because I don't think it's the right thing that any of you should do, unless you are the red herring amongst that are going to listen to this, and you're very good at just reaching out to people cold who don't know who you are, never met before, and you can persuade them into getting in there and getting your front door in. Likely, most of you aren't going to be like that, and it's the most difficult. It's the most difficult to do. But cold outreach is basically phoning, getting a phone book or going on Google. You've never spoke to the company, you're ringing them up completely cold, and you're going, "Have you got any work? Have you got any tenders? Have you got any jobs you need pricing?" That's a lot more difficult to do. The next one is warm outreach, which is actually people that know you. Underutilized, underestimated, and to be honest, it's what most people in the industry don't do. I've said before in previous videos multiple times that it's about relationships. This business, this industry is built on relationships, and warm outreach is a very powerful method that we'll look into as we go. Number 3 is creating content and actually having a social media presence, which I'll go into all of that and what I think you should do and why I think you should do it, and the do's and the don'ts of social media, basically. But look, let's be honest, we're in 2024. Social media is a free tool to use. It's the highest leverage as well. You've got to use it in the right way for your business though, okay? And then lastly is paid ads. You can put ads up, put some spend behind them and boost it and actually get the more exposure to your business because you're putting ad spend behind advertising your company. Most people get this wrong in this industry, which we'll go into as well. Typically, this is the sort of thing where people just do the local magazine or sponsor the local football club and they get nothing in return. There is a right way of doing paid ads. And then there are 4 ways that other people get you leads that then turn into clients, but other people control this. So we're looking at 2 sides of the coin, what you control and what other people control. Number 1 is customer referrals. Now that is really the best thing. You do a good job, the customer's buzzing, they talk about it to all their mates, and it's a tip off for another job. And to be honest, those referrals, you've pretty much got the job. They're not really getting anyone else to price it. They're not really searching for anyone else because you've got instant trust with that customer. So customer referrals is a massive thing. We need to have a process in place for getting that, which I will show you guys. Your employees and your workforce. This gets overlooked a lot in this industry, which basically, look, all your staff, all your trades, if you've got office people, great as well. Anyone who works or has anything to do with your company, they all know people. They've all got friends, they've all got family, and there should be a scheme, a benefit scheme for everyone who's like working underneath you, that if they bring a job in, they should earn a commission on a cut, because it's going to cost you elsewhere anyway. We've got to look at it differently, and looking at it as business owners. Why would you not want your staff to earn more money if they can? If it brings more value to you in the business, it brings a job in, and over here you're spending money on ads to get clients, or you're spending money over here on social media to get clients. Why would you not cut your staff into that? And it brings actually loyalty, it brings culture, and again, it's like an easy sale because they're bringing that person in. The trust factor has gone up massively. Number 3, you can use marketing agencies, which I've put in red because I don't think this is the right thing for 99% of you to do. A lot of people put all their hopes and dreams on a marketing agency, and you can spend a fortune with these guys very easily. You can spend a fortune having a really elaborate website. You can spend a fortune on all different types of creatives and social media management and all this type of stuff. But a really good website only works if people are going to it. That's just step one. It's like having a really nice, pretty shop somewhere, but it's in the Highlands in Scotland and no one goes to it, no one walks through the door. So I want you guys to flip your head on what actually is going to work for you in a marketing sense and what actually is what business is about. You know, it's about the stuff that I'm about to show with you, the right way of doing it. Because you can easily spend a lot of money on marketing and get no return on it. And you would need so many jobs to get a return on the money that you actually spend. It's just not viable at this stage. Marketing agencies really are only at a point when you've got a lot of cash coming in the business and you're doing a really long-term promotional deal. You know, you're not going to spend 10 grand with a marketing agency and hope to get loads of clients that next month. It's more of a longer-term game. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of snakes in that game as well. There's a lot of young kids doing it. There's a lot of naive people in marketing, and really marketing for me is all about what does it cost to get you a client, is it profitable, and can you keep doing more of it? It's not about really how flashy you look and how good you look and what brochures you might have. If it's not generating income, it's not generating clients. Marketing is literally return on spend. Like if we spend £500 over here or £1,000 over here or £200 over here, what return do we get back on that? And that's all you really care about as a business owner, return on investment. The last one, number 4, is partners or affiliates. And now this sort of dips its toe into people like architects, the consultants. It's even like family members that refer or friends that refer, because they're like your affiliate. They're singing a good praise of your company for you on your behalf. And these are the people that are actually bringing work in from their contacts. Or like I say, it's the architects, it's the consultants. They've got the client and they're bringing it in. The partners and the affiliates is the rocket fuel for a business. If you've got lots of good people, when I say lots, not even that many, you know, 2 or 3 key people in the right place who bring your name into the conversation every time that they're interacting with someone, or they've got work or they've got a job, and you're the go-to guys for them, it's much more beneficial to build that relationship than, like I say, trying to do a marketing agency and going cold to people that have never heard of you, don't know you, you've got no word with whatsoever. It's going to cost you a shit ton more money. A little bit more difficult to do, but do it in the right way, which I'll show you and talk you through. It's going to pay you massively. And it's stuff that's worked for me. It's stuff that's worked for a lot of clients that I work with now as well. So it's all genuine stuff that works. It's proven on the ground, tested time and time again, okay? So they're the 8 ways really. There's 8 ways to getting clients. 4 are on you, 4 are on other people. And that's the way to look at it, okay? Now, when we look at this now and turn this into a sales funnel, what I want to do, go over to the whiteboard that I've got set up. So this will look a bit weird at the minute, but let's go into it. And basically, we've got all these different avenues of work here, or avenues of getting leads at the top, and these different buckets, and we'll zoom in and I'll show you this, but I'll give you an overview first. You as a business have then got to sieve through all those potentials, because not every client's good, not every request is good, not everything is a job that you want to do. And equally, there are a lot of clients that have expectations that they're not ever going to be able to afford. It's going to be a waste of time. It's going to be a lost leader. So we have to have a process in a business of actually filtering through the inquiries and leads. Because you can be a busy fool pricing 8 jobs and none of them are ever going to buy or go with you because they're literally just price matching, or they're looking for the cheapest, or they've got, you know, Buckingham Palace expectations and council house realities. And this is just part of business. It's knowing who to price for and what to price for. So this sieve represents that. And then ultimately it's then going to go into a funnel, which is your sales funnel, which in that funnel, you then turn those good people that have been qualified and verified into quotes. So we know now from working on the math side of the business, as we started this program, how many quotes we're going to need to do per month to hit the sales revenue that we want to hit. And once you've done the quotes, that then turns into money. So we've got a long process to go through until we actually get to the money, and in this case the 10k net profit per month that we're trying to get to. We've got to get all this right, but it all starts at the top. So let's go through it. These are the 6 I think that you should do. Now, I personally would pick one that's in your control and one that's in other people's control is for you as a business owner where you're at right now, for you to master. Because if you try and do 6 of these at once, most people, you're going to fail because you're juggling too many, just too many balls in the air. But let's look at them, and then you will start to think about which ones you're going to be good at and which ones you're going to make to your advantage. The staff and the workforce, that's going to be quite a small one to attack, because you've probably likely only got 1 or 2 guys, or maybe you've got 8 or 10 guys. You're quite limited. You haven't got mass market to go after there of people that can bring work into you. And again, I'll do this in the right way. I'll show you how to incentivize your staff to bring a job in, what to pay them, how to pay them, and all that sort of stuff. But it's quite a small one. So to be honest, everyone can do that. That's quite easy. That's a conversation between all your employees. You need to make them aware of what deal you're offering. But anyone who's good in a business, they're going to want to be incentivized to be able to earn more money, because look at it this way, your lads, if they're earning £200 a day and they can earn that just by referring a job, let's say, they're just going to equate that to, well, today I don't have, I'd have to work all day to earn that money, and I can just refer someone into the business, So we can do this in a smart way. Paid ads, I wouldn't look at initially if you're just getting started, because it's likely you haven't got the capital to spend on this. Now, paid ads, we don't need to spend a lot of money on it. There is a right way of doing paid ads, there's a wrong way of doing paid ads. I know the quickest, easiest ways of doing this, and that's the smartest way of getting you more eyeballs. Then there's content. Anyone can do that. It's free to make content. Is it difficult? Yes, it is a little bit difficult. Does it take a bit of time? Yes, it does. But it's free. It's the highest leveraged, and it's evergreen. It's always there. And to be honest, on content, if you don't make content, if you're not visible on socials, you don't really exist. Every single one of you would check out everyone that you buy from on social media. And look, it's likely, well, I know for a fact it is 100% true, you're all here because you follow me on social media first. So I'll go into that and the right ways of doing it and how to do it. The partners and the affiliates, if you are the general builder, you're the main contractor that we started working on yesterday, partners and affiliates is going to be the golden goose for you guys. It's not going to be trying to get the end user. Most of the time you want to be spending on the right key partners, the right affiliates, the people that dish out the work, that control the work. That is going to be the smartest use of your time and the best return on investment. Customer referrals, a bit like the staff and workforce referrals. Customer referrals is easy, and to be honest, if you're not getting customer referrals, there is something wrong. There is something wrong with the service you are giving. There's something wrong with the care, the customer attention to detail, the quality of the job, and we've got bigger problems to look at if we're not getting customer referrals. That should be a given. But what we don't want to do as a business owner is just rely on that. We don't want to just rely on the customers only, because we're trying to build a solid business that is going to make you 10k. If you're relying on referrals, who knows when they're going to come in? And if you're doing bigger jobs, you might only get 1 referral every 2 months. It's just not enough legs there to do. So everyone can do that as well. And then lastly, warm outreach is actually the relationships you've got now, people that know you already, and a way of communicating with them and speaking to them in the right way, which again, I'll show you as we progress through, okay? But these are 6 ways to put in. And now if you imagine you've got 4 of these, 3 of these, if it was me, I would do all 6, but it's on you guys what you want to do and how hard you want to work on your business, okay? But let's imagine you've got 3 or 4 of these working for you and you've got a system for these coming in. You're going to have leads coming in, and you now know, you've got an idea of how many leads you need to generate every single month based on the average job size that you do, the revenue that you want to hit, the amount of quotes you need to do. That's why we did all that maths first, because that helps you build your sales funnel and your marketing systems that you're going to need. So if we know that we need to generate, let's say 10 leads per month, because we need to win 3 jobs, just as a loose example, if you've got 4 of these, you don't need many leads from each one. You need 2 from staff, 2 from paid ads, 2 from partners or affiliates, 2 from customer referrals, and 2 from the people you know, or 2 from content. If we do a mix and a combination of this, we've got more options and we're controlling the flow of work. And what's very typical construction, people always like to blame the time of the market. People always like to blame that there's not much work around when they're having difficult times. But let me tell you, there's fucking work everywhere, all the time. There's so much work out there, but it comes to the people that do the work on this and actually market themselves in these ways that I'm going to show you guys, all right? So that then goes into the sieve, and we're now going to have a bit of a qualifying process on a customer. A lot of this you can do by gut feel, but a lot of it can be done by an easy, simple form, or by the initial inquiry comes in a couple of questions going backwards and forwards. You don't automatically have to go straight into pricing a job. You need to find out a bit more about the customer, where they're at, what they're looking for, and who it is exactly. If it's coming from an architect, that's a bit different. But equally be aware, architects do like to fuck around sometimes, and they are just looking for cost off people, and then they're never going to use you. So we've got to be aware of that as well. That will ultimately go into the funnel that we've got, and then you've got to do your quotes. And where did we start with this on this program, this training? Banging out quotes, getting quotes done as quick as possible. Because if someone wants a quote, we need to get that quote done, because the quicker the quote is done, the quicker we can get a yes, and the quicker we can earn money. And then we're off and we're in. Quoting is the most important part of your business, but you're only going to be able to do quotes if you've got the marketing at the top of the funnel coming through to give you the inquiries to actually go at every single week. Okay, so let's look at it like this. Sales, because ultimately you are getting sales. You want more sales in a business, and people don't view themselves as salespeople, as an owner in a business, especially construction. You look at it like, well, I'm a builder, I'm a plasterer, I'm a tiler, I'm a decorator. You're not. You are a salesperson. Now, marketing is the front door. Once people are in the front door, it then becomes the salesman's job to basically get the money out of that customer and get the deal done. But it's like baby steps, and I want you to think like this, because a lot of people expect that you just put one post up on social media, or you send one cold message to someone, or you just meet someone and you expect a job there and then. It doesn't happen like that. It's like baby steps, and it's a bit like dating, or trying to pull a bird, basically, or a fella, if that's the way you're inclined. You first go into a nightclub and you catch someone's eye. You don't walk over to that person straight away and go, come on with me now and let's go. It doesn't really work like that, does it? I think you can all relate to that. But it starts with, you see someone, you like them, you like the look of them, you then might not barge past them, but walk past them, you say hello, how you doing? Then it turns into a drink, then you get the numbers, then it turns into a date, and then before you know it, then you are in. Sales is exactly the same, and this is the way you want to look at this with a longer term view, because the marketing rule, the most important marketing rule I can ever give you, and this is so valuable, you don't understand, that it takes 7 to 10 touch points before someone's comfortable with you. You'll know yourself when you meet someone for the very first time. You're like, who's this? Who the fuck's this? Your guard is up naturally. As human beings, it's quite a psychological process that we just naturally, like, if someone's new, we're like, you're trying to suss someone out. You're like, can I trust this person? Who are they? Do I know them? Do I like them? All of this is going on internally. And the 7 to 10 touch points, if you do that with a customer, they will feel like they know you. So if they've seen a few social media posts, they've seen your vans about, they've seen you somewhere, maybe in the gym or the golf club or wherever it is you go, whatever you get up to. If they know you, if they've seen you 7 to 10 times, they will feel comfortable with you. And again, likely, you've probably followed me for a while. You've probably seen a few posts. You've probably listened to a few podcasts, watched a few videos, so you feel comfortable with me. It's the same shit. Doesn't matter what you're selling, it's the same shit. So it's very, very real. And you will just never have bought, you would never have made a big purchase decision by someone that you've just come across. It's always going to take these 7 to 10 touch points. So you need this as a business. And if your business doesn't have this out there in the marketplace, you're never going to win enough clients. You just never are. You've got to be more visible. The second most important marketing rule to talk about is that only 3% of the market are buying now. So out of 100 people that see you or know you, there's only 3% of them that are actually buying. Again, doesn't matter what trade you do, not everyone is looking for a plasterer today. Not everyone's looking for a tiler today. Not everyone's looking for electrical work today. Not everyone's building a house today. Only 3% of the market are. So we need to get a lot bigger visibility and then attract and pull out the 3% that are actually actively looking for whatever it is that your business does. But remember, the more people that you market to and that see you and you're more visible to, those people are going to become the 3% that are buying in a month's time, 6 months' time, a year's time. So it's a bigger picture, it's a bigger game to play, that you just don't know who is watching you now, or who you might be having a conversation with now, or people that might see your social media posts now that could buy in 6 months or a year's time or 2 years' time. This is how the game works. It's a much bigger game of business to look at, and we've got to look at it with a longer term view, okay? Now, your action steps today, because I've covered off quite a bit there and we're running over on time a little bit, I want to keep it clean and concise, is I just want you to pick and decide one of the 4 ways that you can get leads. So one of the 4 ways, cold outreach is out anyway, so it's between 3 to be honest. It's warm outreach, people that you know, and obviously I will be going into this as we carry on in the next few days. There'll be each day will be one of these topics basically, and you can pick which ones you like. You can create content or you can do paid ads, all right? Now, depending on where you are, you're going to have a natural inkling at the minute and going, I think that's going to be the one that I'm going to really put my focus on too. And then what I want you to do is pick and decide one of the 4 ways that other people can get you leads. So customer referrals, are you doing that now? If not, you should be, and I'll show you a process for that. Employee referrals, all the workforce, office people, subcontractors, whatever label you want to give with it. Are you doing that right now? Is that going to be an easy one for you to go after? Marketing agencies, like I say, I think that should be out for 99% of you right now. So the only other option there is partners and affiliates, which is influential people that you might already know. It's the architects, it's the designers, it's consultants. It might be someone that you know who owns a business, is very well connected, or multiple business owners that you know are very well connected to good high-end clients. These might be your best options. So I want you to have a decision and an inclination of which one's going to be a good option for you as it stands. And then what I want you to do is take the first step and connect or follow your Dream 100 list that you started working on yesterday. So if you've got 100 companies, what I would do is do some investigation work and work out who's the owners, who's the key players, and then find them on social media. Investigate, find, because it's all down to people. Follow them and connect with them and just make that first step and look at it like that nightclub scenario. It's that first glance, someone's seen you pop up and seen your name or your company's name. But equally, if it's other key people or general builders or whatever it is, take the first step, connect and follow them now from that dream list. That is literally step 1 of all you've got to do. And then from tomorrow, we will drill into these methods. The warm outreach, how to create content that works, how to do paid ads that work, not spending a lot of money either, by the way. You only need to spend £5 to £10 a day. The customer referral scheme, the employees workforce, and the partners and affiliates, how to speak to them, what to say, what to expect, how it's all going to work, okay? And I want you to just think like that. This is your sales funnel is so important to get right, all right? So we're going to build on that tomorrow, and that is it for these today. So pick off those 3 action steps, and I will see you tomorrow.